Brazilians read and hear a lot of news, but seem to have some difficulty putting them in an intelligible order. As an exercise to improve the logical performance of those interested, I offer here this brief sequence, whose internal order and connection are quite evident. 1. Folha, November 11, 2001. A document prepared by Operation Cobra, an acronym for Colombia Brazil, of the federal police, responsible for dismantling drug trafficking on the Brazilian Amazon border, identifies cocaine production bases under the control of the FARC, Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, called complexes, a set of refining laboratories. The bases produce monthly, according to the report, about 45 tons of cocaine hydrochloride. The drug would depart from clandestine airstrips in Colombia to Europe and the United States, and even Brazil. We no longer have doubts about the FARC's relations with drug trafficking. The guerrilla commands the drugs, and this is a threat to the Brazilian border, states Delegate Mauro Esposito, coordinator of Operation Cobra. 2. Apoca, May 13, 2002. Seizure of 62 kilos of cocaine reveals the FARC route to send the drug from Colombia to Brazil. Until last week, the Rio de Janeiro trafficker Fernandinho Beramar, imprisoned in Rio de Janeiro, was the main example of the connection between drug trafficking in Brazil and the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, FARC, the guerrilla that keeps the neighboring country in civil war. Beramar was arrested a year ago by the Colombian army when buying cocaine from the FARC. On Thursday afternoon, a federal police operation at the port of the Amazon city of Tef established a new link in this connection. Police seized 62 kilos of cocaine supplied to Brazilians by Commander Rafael Ola Zapata, the main FARC leader in the Colombian Amazon, with headquarters in Puerto Santander on the banks of the Caqueta River. After being baptized, that is, mixed with less noble ingredients, this shipment would yield about 180 kilos, already destined for consumers in Fortaleza, Recife, and Rio de Janeiro. 3. O Estado de São Paulo, May 22, 2003. Police seized 15 kilos of cocaine yesterday in the Beramar favela, stronghold of trafficker Luiz Fernando da Costa, Fernandinho Beramar. The FARC symbol, Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, guerrilla group with whom he traded cocaine for weapons, was on the drug packaging. 4. Folha, August 27, 2003. Interview with Raul Reyes, FARC commander. Reyes. The FARC have contacts not only in Brazil with different political forces and governments, parties, and social movements. Folha. Can you name the most important ones? Reyes. Well, the PT, and, of course, within the PT there are many forces: the landless, the homeless, students, unionists, intellectuals, priests, historians, journalists. Folha. Which intellectuals? Reyes. The sociologist, Amir Sater, Frei Beto, special advisor to Lula, and many others. If the logical connection is still difficult to perceive, I can try to make it more visible through some didactic questions. 1. Do these facts indicate or not that a gang of traffickers, a major supplier of cocaine to the Brazilian market, is very well connected with the PT leadership and the federal government? 2. How can a government so intimately linked to a criminal organization have the integrity to safeguard public security? 3. Even supposing that no illicit profit results from these dangerous relationships for the PT figures involved, do they not in themselves constitute an ostensible lack of decorum, incompatible with the exercise of public office? For, do the so-called opposition parties perceive none of this, or are they afraid to perceive? I well know that logical reasoning, nowadays, has become an immoral, insulting, malignant, and intolerable practice. For that very reason, I will not give the answers I obtained for these questions, and I suggest that the reader, if any answer comes through their own effort, keep it to themselves in deep silence, so as not to hurt the sensibilities of possible listeners.